Hello and welcome. My name's Richard. Let's consider marriage in the 4 stages. I'll use as sort of a framework the Bible. So let's get started. God in the beginning, He wanted a relationship with mankind. And He put together a fantastic place for mankind to live. God wanted to have communion, fellowship continuously with His bride, we might say, Adam and Eve, and their offspring, mankind. And God put together this fantastic place, set it all up. And when He'd set it all up, He said, this is really good. We know it as the Garden of Eden. And here God communed with Adam and Eve, and it was paradise. This is stage one. And when a couple get together, they set up a house, they put things in it, they get together and think this is fantastic. This is really good. No dropping people off at night to the other's place. Continuous communion, a husband with his wife, living together under one roof instead of being apart. Oh, how wonderful this new communion, this new relationship is. So, what do they call it? The honeymoon period of the relationship. So things start out really well. But with God's relationship with mankind, unfortunately, by Genesis chapter 6, God looks on mankind and says, every thought of the imagination of man's heart is only evil continuously. And God thought to destroy man from the face of the earth. Oh dear, what went wrong? So from Genesis chapter 1, oh, this wonderful fellowship of God with His creation and with mankind in His image and likeness. In chapter 6, God is saying every thought of the imagination of man's heart is only evil continually. And it seems like it's not long down the marriage track that people start seeing things in their partner, in the way they live, that are somewhat irksome, somewhat frustrating, somewhat infuriating. And the relationship seems impossible to go ahead with. And at this point, not long after the relationship has been established, people bail out. Fortunately for us, God did not choose His plan A to end His relationship with mankind. He went on to step 3. In step 3, God was looking at mankind, despairing about the evil in mankind's heart. And so He set up a system of rules. He started saying, look, you guys, if we're going to get on, you got to start doing things differently, because I don't like the way that you do this and you do that and you do the other. And so God instituted a system of laws which He gave to the seed of Abraham, the Israelites, and God set to remedy the errors or the frustrations that were in His beloved partner's life. And in our marriages, not long after those frustrations that we have with our spouse arise, we start coming out with the rules. We start coming out with the, well, I wish you would stop, or I wish you would do, or, that's really horrible, change, or all these things start flying backwards and forwards within the relationship. If you didn't, well, what about you? You're always, oh dear, difficult times. And God, he tried to bring Israel around to coming around to his way of thinking. But Israel just tended to slide off and be only really interested in being what they were and not changing. Yes, they had some good times and some peaceful times, but on the whole it was a position of sliding away. And so what happens at this stage? Well, in human relationships, people tend to fall apart and say, we were incompatible, we couldn't get along. But there is a stage 4. And what God, we see the immense love of God in stage 4. The immense interest that he has. That God's not abandoning what he created. God is making things as easy and as good as possible for his relationship with mankind. What we see is God, in effect, saying, I'm not worrying about how much you've offended me. I'm not worrying about how much you've hurt me. I'm not caring about what has gone on in the past. Let's get on now. I am overlooking. I am forgiving. I want fellowship with you. And we know the whole background to this, that it cost the life of Christ to clean up the transgressions which were under all those rules. But now God says, let's get on. I am overlooking the things that irk me. I am overlooking the things that frustrate me. I'm overlooking the things that I find difficult about you. And let's have fellowship. And this grace, this forgiving attitude of God, the overlooking of the wrongs of the past, offers a new level of relationship with mankind. And a relationship to come in faith, a relationship to have confidence to God before God. And as mankind comes in faith and confidence in God's favor, forgiveness, mercy, generosity, humankind is lifted above the ways of, the Bible talks about the ways of the flesh, and brings us into the ways of the Spirit, where our nature is transformed and we can live above the things that God finds so frustrating. And it's this stage 4 also is where in our marriages we need to get to with our spouses. There have been hurts, there have been frustrations, there have been those things that have been said, done, the hurts. But stage 4 overlooks all of that and says, I'm going to love the good things. I'm only going to look at the things that you exhibit the good stuff. I am not going to haul up the horrible, the past. I'm going to favor you because I love you. I'm going to favor you because we have married. I will favor you in spite of the way that you have behaved. And so this favor comes into relationship. And we favor one another in spite of. We favor one another. Brings the relationship into a level of grace, and a level of maturity, a level of generosity, which is true love. True love turns the other cheek. True love doesn't render evil for evil. True love, in the face of being persecuted by our spouse, will continue to love. And so, Christian person, I don't know where you are in your relationship journey, but the end is grace, the end is favor, the end is to love and to forgive and to favor because they are your beloved, your life partner. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been encouraging. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll keep putting my thoughts out there. All right, go well. Have a great day. Bye.